And then again, so I think here is another point that could do with expansion. And this is in the context of the whole paragraph as well. So the student says, often people who are not even consciously aware of such instilled beliefs, this fact highlights the importance of considering the limited degree to which evidence can truly be shared, raising questions about the existence of epistemic peers. People can seldom be epistemic peers in a religious disagreement. Since one's intelligent, sympathetic friends are unlikely to be epistemic peers, it is not unreasonable to believe something they do not. Well, I don't see particularly how the student has come to this conclusion. When you read this essay for yourselves, you may say, well, it's blindingly obvious, Ethan, that this is how they've managed it. But to me, it's not so clear. So either she needs to expand the point a lot more, or she needs to write it a bit more clearly. Just make that judgment for yourself. And when you read this paragraph for yourselves, I just suggest you consider whether religious conversion, the example of somebody switching from, e.g., the Hindu religion to the Muslim religion, might undermine the point that she's making here. Moving on. Regardless of the religious beliefs of our intelligent, sympathetic friends, the question still remains whether we have enough reason to continue believing what we believe. Now, what the student's attempting to do here, I think, is a good thing. It's putting the essay on her own terms and talking about what she wants to talk about. However, the way she's done it, I would say, is not very good at all. So I don't think it's a good thing in any essay to say, to begin, regardless of XYZ, XYZ being the question that the essay is asking you. Now, you are being asked a question and you're being asked to respond to it. So seek to respond to it. But if you want to say something in particular, then make sure that you've justified why you're saying it. Don't just say regardless of the question. So I've written here a way that maybe she could rephrase this to make it a bit more valid to introduce the point that she's introducing. E.g., however, if we do not need our intelligent, sympathetic friends to share our beliefs in order to validate them, what else could validate them instead? And this is what she wants to be talking about. However, the way I've written it, you could write it a bit more poetically or a bit more nicely, but the way I've written it just links it to the essay question a bit more successfully, I hope. Religious experiences. I just thought William James might be a good scholar to bring in here. However, I'll move straight on to the next point because it's very much of a similar tone. So here, the student has mentioned, I'll just read the whole sentence. Debates are often focused on subjective impressions of individuals and their interpretations, from Arunya to beholding Lord Krishna's V, to Mary Magdalene witnessing the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Maybe it's unfortunate that the person reading this is me, who focused a lot on New Testament theology. However, it's almost factually inaccurate what she said here. Maybe that's a bit too strong. However, subjective impressions, well, she's referenced Mary Magdalene witnessing the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Well, the only gospel in which it's only Mary Magdalene witnessing the resurrection of Jesus Christ is John's gospel, where, as I've noted here, John writes that, but these things are written that you may believe that Jesus, the Messiah, the Son of God, that by believing you may have life in his name. So the idea of the story behind Mary Magdalene witnessing the resurrection of Jesus Christ that she's cited is actually meant to be an objective proof of something. It's not at all like Lord Arunya's private religious experience. So just be careful when you make a point that you've actually read around the topic that you're discussing. That's a similar point with religious experiences. I just thought it was extremely interesting that she should use the phrase religious experiences essentially, let alone talk about the subject area, without mentioning a scholar like William James or something like that, given that she's making this a key point of her argument.